Well, hello, it's Guy Hutchinson. I'm back in New Jersey, back in the basement, been traveling around doing some very fun stuff, been eating a little better, so I've been digging through my drawers and finding clothes that I haven't worn in a while because they were a little tight before, and I'm now able to fit into my Chuck E. Cheese employee shirt. I don't know where I got this or when. I don't remember if it was a Halloween costume. I was just at GalaxyCon Raleigh. I like to save these because these are like yearbooks. It's like an old yearbook you save and you remember your friends that you knew from that weekend. So in the book they have pictures of all the different famous people that are there. So they're up here. There were some big stars at this one. I saw Christopher Lloyd. He was like over there. I was like, there's Christopher Lloyd, which was very exciting. I grew up, Back to the Future, my favorite movie of all time. Did not get to see him up close. Didn't have time to wait in his line and get a picture or anything. Didn't run across him in the back. But I heard he was very nice. Everybody talked. And everybody talked to him, then described it to me, and it sounded like he was playing Doc Brown. So I think maybe he's kind of, I mean, I know Doc Brown is only like this far away from his character from Taxi, so I think Reverend Jim and Doc Brown are not far apart. So, but maybe he's kind of morphed into that, which I like. Alan Hale, the skipper from Gilligan's Island, morphed into being the skipper in actual life. All right, so I am not there though. I'm a little further back. Am I on this page? Yeah, I'm on the creator page. Where am I? There I am, right in the middle, because I've created things. Created books and stuff, so I'm in there. A lot of great people. I mean, really big names. Really flattering to be featured in this at all. So I'm super excited to be on the same page as these people, to sit there and be in a booth. I was next to Noel McNeil for most of the weekend, who's a dear friend of mine, just a wonderful guy. My best friend in the world, Dana Snyder, was on this side. So we were just hanging out, having a great time. We did some panels together and had some laughs. And then they had to move me and Dana, which you'll see in the video. They had to move us because it was too congested on the one aisle. So they were trying to open things up. So they moved us over to another aisle. And then I was next to Dana on this side, and it was Mick Foley on this side. I was like, I can't go wrong. Mick Foley, by the way, had been on 2 podcasts I had done. The first podcast that Mick Foley did was a show I did with a guy named John J. Galbo, very cool dude, very smart, knowledgeable geek. And me and John interviewed Mick Foley to promote the movie I Am Santa Claus that Tommy Avalone did, which Tommy, you should look up. He's done all your favorite new documentaries over the past 10 years. I guarantee it. And we had him on, we had Mick on as a guest on our Back to the Future show, which was called the Flux Capacicast. I'm telling you about these shows. You can look them up. I don't know if they're still online, but if you can find them, you should definitely tune into that one, just because to listen to Mick Foley talk about nothing but Back to the Future for a few minutes with us, that was pretty awesome. All right, so also in the program was the information on the Drunk on Disney show we did. Now, Drunk on Disney is always awesome. I showed a very small amount of it in the video. I know we can't come to every town, but I got to tell you, you don't want to watch it on your TV. You want to enjoy it in person. You want to experience it. You want to breathe it in. You want to smell us in person. And it was a great show. We sold out before, I think before Thursday started. So people were coming up all weekend saying, hey, I know the show's tomorrow. Can I go? There was no more seats. And we won't add any more seats. It's an intimate show. So if we come to your town, buy a ticket early. We had Brooks Brazelman, and we also had Renee there. Renee plays the accordion on the show, and Brooks does Carol Channing, and he does other stuff. I'll show you them in the book. Here's Brooks, and then there's Renee. Renee, I found out, is in a commercial.
Zombies? No, much worse. Bad talent.
Oh, God.
How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing tonight?
Sophia,
How you guys
go
doing tonight?
now.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. She told me about this, and when she told me, she was literally wearing the outfit in there because she was wearing that for a variety show she did with Dana. But they both performed at our Drunk on Disney show. It was an absolute blast. I mean, it was a great weekend. There are a bunch of other shows coming up, and guess what, kids? I've now found out I'm booked for every one of these. So if This is your area. I'm coming to your area. All right, so now I'm back home, right? So we went around, we did a bunch of things. I took you with me. So when I say we, talking about you, talking about me. And we went to South Carolina after the Raleigh show. That was good. We saw a lot of neat things in Raleigh. I walked around, found some cool stuff, did see those presidential locations. Didn't get to Franklinton. So next time I'm going to be coming back to Raleigh. I'm going to Franklinton. It is the birthplace of Soupy Sales and the death place, I don't know what else you say, but the place where Jack Johnson, heavyweight champion of the world, who I admire as well. I admire both of them for very different reasons, very different guys. But he died in Franklinton, Soupy, born in Franklinton, wanted to get there, also wanted to go to some of the original Hardee's locations, didn't get to go there. There's a bunch of things I had on the list, but I knew focus on what you can do, put the other stuff off, because we'll be back, we'll do it next time. But we did see some great things while we were out there. Yogi Bear Honey Fried Chicken. While I was there at the Yogi Bear Honey Fried Chicken restaurant, I recorded my first cameo. I'm on Cameo. So if you want to hear me talk, but you want to hear me talk directly to you, a person I know, I've known for years through all of this internet stuff, named Al, had requested a cameo for his anniversary. So I think you can look at that on the Cameo site. I was so glad somebody booked me for Cameo, because up until this point, I thought maybe Cameo had put me on there as a joke. But I was very glad to do the Cameo. That was a lot of fun. All right, let's talk about the stuff I have here in front of me. Some people have given me nice things. I want to show you this. This one's from Richmond. Sarah gave me these. Sarah was attending there, and we actually did a panel together, which was very fun. And this is from the Atlanta 1996 games. I attended these games, and I believe this guy, I think his name was Izzy. Yeah, it says here, Izzy is a teenager who lives in a fantastic world found only inside the Olympic torch. He lives inside the Olympic torch. Like other whatsits in the world, Izzy is captivated by the Olympic Games and dreams of being part of it. So I thought this was super cool. I was there in Atlanta. Kurt Angle won the gold medal with a broken frickin' neck. And then she gave me this, and this is sealed. I can feel the gum still in there. This is some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles second series cards. So I got these at the last show. At this show, some people brought me some super cool stuff, and I wanted to show it to you. I showed some of this on camera if I could, but not all of it. So Richard brought me these ALF cards. We opened up one of these on camera. So we showed them off already. So you've already seen them, but you know what ALF looks like. ALF's cool. Here's ALF. There's ALF. But these are ALF cards. I'm super excited about these. ALF's one of my favorite things of all time. And I love that these still have the 10-cent Big Lots price tag. 25 cents originally, but marked down just 10 cents. And they stuck it right on ALF's face. He got them. He paid a little bit more. But I appreciate it. I think this is great. So thank you, Richard. Let me see what else. Rob brought me some. Put it on the screen because it's upstairs in the fridge, and I'm not bringing it down for you, but some Bojangles hard iced tea. And he brought this for me and Dana, but Dana has type 2 diabetes. So I said, Rob, I'm going to save my best friend's life by taking these Bojangles sweet teas and keeping them for myself. But me and Rob, we had one each at Dana's panel, which was called Dana Wastes an Hour of Your Time. And we toasted and watched this panel. Weirdly, he had brought them to us a day before, and we had not refrigerated them, and they were still cold. So I don't know what Bojangles is doing with their hard tea, but that stuff stays ice cold. It was delicious, though. It was really good. High alcohol content. Not crazy, though. I think it was like 5 ABVs. But very good, and I thank you for that. I really appreciate that. By the way, let me just say, you guys do not have to bring me things. I appreciate everything anybody gave me, but you don't have to. There is no obligation to. I don't expect you to keep your money, keep your stuff. You don't have to give it to me, but if you have stuff, you want to give it to me, you think I'd like it, I bet I would. And I'm going to show you some other things. All right, Michael and Jessica. So we always see Michael and Jessica at every show. Look at this. They got me this fanny pack with the Tron Light Cycle on it. I've been on the Tron Light Cycle. It's fast, it's really short, it's a roller coaster. So this is a D23 fanny pack. I'm a big fanny pack fan, but inside here was the thing that I was even more excited about than this, just because I collect such weird things. Look at this. And they knew that me and Dana would appreciate these, so they got us each one of these. This is a special bag that you would get to put your stuff in when you rode on the Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Navigation Company Safari Sack. The survival sack that does it all. Now featuring the exclusive Skipper Zipper. Holds everything imaginable if you only imagine small things. I do. Mostly backside of water resistant, wild animal proof, except baboons, butterflies, chimpanzees, cobras, crocodiles, elephants, giraffes, gorillas, hippos, hyenas, impalas, lions, piranhas, pythons, rhinos, tigers, toucans, vultures, water buffaloes, wildebeest, zebras, and others. Compliments of your friends at Ziploc. And they got us these. And I collect ephemera. I think this is, I don't know if ephemera has to be paper, but ephemera is things like this. Things that are marketed, have logos on them, but they're intended to be thrown away. I love to collect this kind of stuff. So this was super cool. I will say, by the way, it says on here Impala. And there was a time where I was with a couple friends and we were talking about cars. And we were like, oh, what cars are named after animals? And I don't remember why, whether we were playing a board game or something, but it was what cars are named after animals. And I said, the Impala. And my friend goes, the Impala? What animal is the Impala named after? And I was like, the Impala. Then we were on a loop. I had stickers. I was giving out stickers. I actually gave out every one, but I had this sticker, and then I had a couple other glittery stickers that I was giving out. I've got for the next show, I had coasters for this show, but I got coasters for Austin, Texas. So look at that. That's pretty great. Des Moines, Iowa. I'll be at Des Moines, Iowa next month. So I got to get stickers for that. All right, next item I got. Look at this. Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. And he handed me this. And I looked at it. And I said, wow, thank you. But then I turned it around. I was like, oh, it says Disney MGM Studios. Man, I was excited about this. So Daniel gave me this. Daniel and his brother Matthew are always at all the shows. So I give both of them credit. But Daniel's the one. Oh, I got a long hair attached to it. I don't think this was his. I'm going to put this aside. I've washed this out already. I don't know whose hair it was. It looked like a lady hair. All right, so I've got this shot glass. I got the quality stuff. So I'm gonna pour one out, pour one in, pour one in, pour one out, pour it in, pour it out when you dump it on the ground. So to you guys, cheers. Oh. That's good. And I like this shot glass because this is a heavy shot glass. This is one of these ones where it's like, it's real heavy. And you know, the way to prank a guy, if you find a guy that's drinking with one of these heavy shot glasses, is after like his 8th shot, you put a light shot glass there and he'll just throw it over his shoulder. He'll pick it up because it'll be so light. But there you go. So I got this. This I'm really excited about. I do collect shot glasses, so I was super excited about that. All right, what else do I have here? Here's my lanyard. This was my lanyard that I had, which had all the information. Is there contact? Yeah, there's contact numbers. All right, no, look at that. Don't slow it down and zoom in. Carrie brought these to me. I think I can say her last name. She comments on some of the videos. Carrie Fisher brought these to me. I remember her name now. I'm bad at remembering names, but I remember her name. She brought me a few items. She is a DVC member, and she gets some of this cool Disney stuff. I love this stuff. I absolutely love this stuff. So this is one of the older style pin back buttons. So this is like your I'm celebrating button or whatever. I kind of like these better than the Disney pins. She also gave me this, which I didn't know about. These are Disney transportation coins. And I had never seen these. I had seen the transportation cards, but I was super excited about this. And then, if that wasn't enough, I did my chickens and pop culture panel, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And afterwards, she brought me this. Look at this. This little chicken guy. I love this. I'm going to keep this guy. I'm going to keep all this stuff probably in this room or in my office upstairs. I love it. I appreciate everything you guys give me. It was, it means a lot to me that you thought about me, and like you all know me so well, like better than anybody. Like Christmas time, I don't get anything this good. This is my kind of stuff. The chickens in pop culture panel, that was a highlight. I showed a clip of that in one of the vlogs that I did. That was on Friday. I did a vlog for each day. So if you want to look back and see what each day of the con was like, I did a vlog for each day. That one, while I was out in the morning having breakfast, I get a page from Leva Bates. She says she's landed. She's a professional wrestler. You've probably seen her on TV. Very dear friend of mine. We always laugh so hard when we're together. At least I do. I don't know if she laughs at all, but I laugh the whole time. And we did this panel together. It made me laugh, made me smile. We had a lot of fun. She has worked, I don't know what they say at Universal, at Disney. They say you're friends with Chip or Dale if you're inside there. And she is super athletic, and she's rather small in stature. And so she has done some being friends with characters at, you know, she's inside a costume at Universal, and she's inside Carlos the chicken. And so it was a chicken panel. So she came in and we talked about that, and we talked about chickens. It's a weird panel. I do a lot of weird panels. If you've never seen one of my panels, but you've seen this, you get what it is. It's the same thing, just on stage. But so we did that, and that was a lot of fun. I also did my Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders panel. I did not record it. Maybe next time. I do want you guys to see that. There is a video of it on YouTube that was uploaded, I think, by SuperCon from years ago when I did it in Kentucky. I don't recommend, I mean, go ahead, watch it. Give them a hit. Why not? But I don't recommend it only because, well, I almost recommend it for the weirdest reason. So if you watch it, it's me on stage, and then I'm showing clips on a screen, but the screen is not in the shot, so you can't see the screen. And then the people in the audience were having trouble hearing because the sound was coming from this little speaker on the projector, and I couldn't figure out how to switch it to any other speaker. And I think that's the only speaker that was in the room that day. So what I would do is I would push play, and then I'd walk off the stage, which meant that you watching, I just left. I leave. And then I went over and I held the microphone up to that speaker. So like you don't see anything for multiple minutes throughout this entire panel. It's very, not the best representation of the panel. That's not how it normally goes. But that panel was a lot of fun. People were singing KFC jingles to me all weekend. There was somebody that said he went and got KFC right after we ended. So that was a lot of fun. So I did a bunch of panels. I'll be doing a bunch of the rest of the shows. Now, I'm back home, but I still want to go out and see stuff. So I'm going to give you my schedule. I'm going to tell you the places I want to go. Now, again, you never know. Even if I promise I'm going to go someplace, things happen. Sometimes I don't get there. But I think I'm going to hit everything. Tomorrow, I'm going to go over to Princeton campus, and I'm going to go do some filming locations from Oppenheimer. So I haven't seen it yet. I'm not going to see it before doing this, but I found the locations. I got the screenshots, and I know a lot about the actual history of the actual person, as well as Einstein. So I'm going to cover some of that. I'll show you where his office was, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be tomorrow. So the day after tomorrow, I'm going to go back to Princeton. I'm going to do all the locations from the movie IQ. If you ever saw that, I think it's 1994 film. Meg Ryan, Tim Robbins, and Walter Matthau. And I love that movie. I got some great stories about it. And I have tons of locations from it, but we're going to do a bunch of them. Then me and the wife are going to Atlantic City. So we're going to have a couple days of Atlantic City videos. Going to see the locations from Penn and Teller Get Killed, as well as going to eat at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. So that'll be very fun. Going to go to Plainsboro, New Jersey to see the grave of Elsie the cow. And let's see, what else? On the horizon, I'm planning on going to the locations from She-Devil with Roseanne Barr. So if you like that movie, I'm planning to go there. Over in Austin, Texas, there's a lot of filming locations. I don't know what I'm going to get to. We'll see. Des Moines, Iowa, I do know this. My flight has a layover in Chicago. I know you're like, who cares? What are you going to do? It's a layover. It's a short layover. It's like an hour. What are you going to do in an hour? That airport is where they ran through in Home Alone 2. Not Home Alone 1, but Home Alone 2, when they and they run through the airport and they're like, Kevin, where's Kevin? That I'm going to be there. So if I can get from where I am to where that was, you know, in the time with security and whatever I have to do, I'm going to do that. And I'll show you guys. And I'll also show you those shows. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a great time. It's going to be a blast. I got this. I inherited this recently. My aunt passed away. God bless her. I loved my aunt, by the way. This was, we were very close. and we had the same sense of humor. And so the thing I got from her was her Spiro Agnew watch, which I was super excited. As you guys know, if you watch the channel, I have a Spiro Agnew watch that I bought as part of one of these videos. So when I found out that she had one of these are not valuable in any way. They're very cheap. They were cheap then and they're cheap now, but man, I love it. So that I wanted to mention too, because that made me smile. And so it's also down here. So I always, when I'm looking over, that's one of the things I see, and it puts a smile on my face. Hope this video put a smile on your face. Right now, box is going to pop up over here. Get a box over here. And I hope you choose a box. You can choose either box. This is, my whole family makes fun of me for this. So right now there's a box and a box. Pick a box. I'll see you next time.